Hi, I'm here with Tom Nauman. You're the Morel maniac,
That's me.
and Morels are become even more popular over the years.
Very much so. Very much so.
Of course, here in Michigan, May is Morel month, so it's coming upon us.
Morel madness.
What can you tell us about your demonstration here? What are you going to be showing?
Well, what I'm going to be doing is cooking up morel gravy and serve it on toast. And I've taken a 2-ounce package of dried morels, and I've soaked them up for about 3 hours this morning, then patted them dry so they're not dripping wet. And then I'm going to cook them just like they were fresh. And I don't know how many people are going to be at the demonstration, but I'm planning on serving maybe 60 people.
Well, I think that'd be a good guess, because if it was anything like yesterday,
Yeah.
this has been a very popular seminar at this show.
Yeah, and the one thing about serving them in gravy is you spread out the flavor that far.
That's
It
right.
doesn't take as many mushrooms.
Any tips for people?
Many. For hunting, you should always cut them off above ground. Number one, it keeps the morels cleaner. If rather than pull the roots out and throw the dirt in the sack, and it gets all over all the mushrooms, you cut them off above ground. A lot of people try and hide where they've been by disguising where they've picked them. Secondly, you should use a mesh bag, and there's 4 reasons for that. Number one, it spreads the spores back into the woods. Number 2, the dirt and debris that may be in the mushrooms will fall through along with the bugs. Number 3 is it won't tear like a paper or plastic bag would. You won't lose your mushrooms. And number 4 is it actually keeps the mushrooms fresher. If you're carrying the mushrooms in an airtight plastic bag with the top sealed, mushrooms are a lot more, have about 90% water in them. So if you hold them in an airtight container, the bacteria is going to form quicker. They'll start to deteriorate quicker.
Great. And then after that, when you get home, any tips for cleaning?
Oh, yeah. For cleaning, what we do is we sort into 3 different categories. Number 1 is the ones that may have some bugs in them. And those we will take and slice them in half and soak them in salt water for about 15 minutes. And then we'll rinse them thoroughly, but we're going to eat those within 2 days because they won't last much longer than that. Once you soak them in water, especially salt water, they're not going to keep very long. The second group is those mushrooms that may be a little bit old, and you can tell they're old because the pits are really opened up wide and the ridges are starting to thin and shorten. And so we take those and we don't wash or soak them. We cut them in half, brush away any obvious bugs. We put them in a colander in the refrigerator and put a couple layers of paper towels over them, sprinkle just a few drops of water just to keep a little moisture in them. And with the airflow, the bugs are going to eventually disappear into the bottom of your colander, but they will last up to 2 to 3 weeks with that method. And the third group we have are the really fresh ones. We can tell that the pits are still closed, the ridges are still nice and thick, no mold spots on them, and those we will do the same way as in the second group, except those we may try and dehydrate, and once you dehydrate them, they can last for 20, 30 years, as long as you keep them dry.
No kidding.
Yeah, and to rehydrate them, all you do is soak them in water for 2 to 4 hours, depending upon the size of the mushrooms, and pat them dry on paper towels. They're ready to cook.
Now, I see, too, you've got several over here, with a lot of literature. You've got recipe books, etc. If somebody wants more information on this, how do they get a hold of the Morel Maniac?
The easiest way is to go on the net. It's morelmania.com. Or the 800 number is 800-438-4213. We're based out of Central Illinois.
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to let you get back to your cooking demonstration. Thank you.
Okay.